Concepts, Values and Wise Advice from the Billy Meier Contacts, compiled by David Chance, revised October 18, 2023.
Narcissism, see also Fame.
Contact Report 76 Manara. Our monitoring has revealed some unpleasant things in the behavior of the individual members of the group. For example, in the respect that some of the core group members believe that their position is that of issuing orders. But if you want to live in a community, you must never give orders. The fact that core group members feel elevated by their position, and thus want to set themselves above others, is in no wise acceptable. From the first to the last, all are equal, the knowing as well as the less knowing. Too many duties are still being disregarded by individuals, as well as responsibility for one's own life, and that of one's neighbor. And there are still too many misleading and delusional forms of thought imprinted in the individual, without being willing to neutralize them in order to accept the truth alone, for delusional belief and misleading falsehoods tempt the seekers and researchers to take unreal and false paths. Even in some, there is still too much thought and the will to be more than others. This partly because they erroneously assume that they are higher in knowledge than others, which in truth is wrong and corresponds to self-deception. But also because they believe themselves imaginatively, or by the lying false statements of mediums, to have been allegedly great, or otherwise important personalities in earlier lives. But as you yourself know very well, there is currently no person in your group area who would have been even remotely an important personality in their former lives, because for certain reasons they left all their activities unfinished before they learned them. Contact Report 79.
The forms of humanity among these various group members sometimes leave much to be desired in certain respects, for they often take sides, which leads to strife and untruth in interaction with others. I would like to advise you that these rather low forms of addiction to prestige, egoism and wanting to be more, etc., are to be dismantled by the erring ones in a controlled manner, for otherwise discord and resentment will very quickly become destructive, which would make it impossible for a larger group to live together once and for all. Yes, this certainty can truly become apparent to each individual if each individual defeats the ego. For in truth, it is only the mist of the ego that prevents the prospect of the realm of true life, of the spiritual, beyond the transformation of becoming and passing away. This is because the ego, the I, attaches too much importance to its own well-being, because in most people it develops further to egoism. Thus, doubts and uncertainties hang over the individual as well as over the entire humankind of the earth, like heavy thunderclouds from which thunder and lightning break unpredictably for the earth human called into existence by egoism and materialism and all other unworthy things to which he or she has become subject and by which he or she is imprisoned. To fight this shall be one of your first recommendations, for only when, through the knowledge of the truth, the Son of the Love, embodying the manifestation of the Spirit of the Life, rises up on the horizon of one's psyche, thereby driving away the storm clouds, will one be able to perceive how close they really are to certainty, and how unfounded their fear and anxiety was.